There is a video that you're going to find in the description. Please go watch it. You're probably going to find that you're going to need to do a little bit more than just watch it one time, because it will shock you. And that's when I realized that I needed to do this video about that video that's in the description. Because I was raised in a Muslim majority country. I come from a different world than the world that I put myself in, which is Canada. And I know things, but I also have a little bit of a bias where I seem to think that you guys know the same things that I know. So when I watched the video, I never finished it. And the person that shared it with me, who's Canadian, asked me, "Did you watch the video?" And I said, "No, I know what's in it." And they asked, "How do you know what's in it?" And then it dawned on me that I come from this and I know all this, but you guys don't. So the video was recorded in the UK in an Islamic faith school. And I'm not going to disclose any of the content of it. You should probably go watch it, like I said, yourself. What I do want to say is that Islam is a supremacist ideology. And I repeat this a lot, and I will continue to repeat it because it's the truth. When they indoctrinate us with Islam, and they indoctrinate us the same way that you're watching, what you're seeing in that video, that's how they indoctrinate us from a very young age. We hear about murder and killing and how other people are animals, the way they live. And this is how we begin to hate and develop feelings of hate that allow us as adults to easily, not me, they, whoever is successful, in growing up under this ideology, the amount of hate by the time they become adults makes it very easy to commit inhumane things to people who fall in that category. Because Islam is a supremacist ideology, the punishments for any transgression in Islam, big or small, tend to be very harsh, tend to be very inhumane and frightening, and painful. So that's almost every transgression in Islam is punished in a very harmful way. And on top of that, there's the shaming. There's the where you're shamed in society, and you bring shame to your family and dishonor to your family name. So those are very big factors. And when I say this, it's hard to, it's a word game because I visited the Muslim school, or the Islamic based school in my province, and I can tell you the teachings are no different than what you're going to be watching in that video, because this is essentially indoctrination. It's also why they hold Muslim only events. Now, before I continue on, I need to make something very clear. I do not conflate Muslim with Islamist. Islamists conflate Muslim and Islamists because they want to confuse you. They want you to think that all Muslims are the same, and the Islamists are in fact moderate Muslims. That's what they're trying to do to the West right now. The element of radical Islam that has been brought in inside of Canada, they have been brought in as just Muslims. Actually, they even call themselves moderate Muslims to confuse you. But people like me know the signs of radicalization, even externally, even on the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they behave. I know when it's a radical Muslim, as opposed to just regular Canadians who can't really, for the most part, tell the difference between a radical and a non-radical. So the people in the video that you're going to see are radicalized. The Muslim schools, including the one that is in my province, is radicalized. And the moderate Muslims themselves, by the way, complain about this. I know moderate Muslims who have taken their kids out of the Muslim-based school in my province and put them in a private Christian school. I'm not kidding. The other thing I wanted to say is that that's the reason they hold their Muslim only events like the one that Faith Goldie and Laura Loomer actually were not allowed into not too long ago in Ontario, because they speak this way about you and they don't want, well, they can't speak this way in front of you. They have to speak this way about you when you're not there. So these events tend to be only for Islamists, even though they don't say it's an Islamist only event. They say it's a Muslim only event. So I wanted to share all this with you, and that's really it. Thank you to everyone who has been subscribing to my podcast as well as my YouTube channel. And thank you to everyone who's been donating. Now go watch the video and share it.